Hello. Before we get into super globals, I wanted to give a little preface on the idea of HTTP and the different kinds of requests that you can make with it, because that's how you're really going to interact with servers. And when we're coding in PHP, we're going to want to respond to HTTP requests. So there's a ton to it, but I'm not going to go into that much detail. I'm just going to give kind of a basic overview of HTTP requests and how they're made. So let's start off just with our basic internet browser. And so you might not know this, maybe you do, but essentially every time you go to a website, you are making an HTTP request. Specifically, you are making GET requests. So when I go to LinkedIn.com, I am sending a request to LinkedIn.com. It's going to their servers. It's a GET request. There could be some information on it, likely some cookies, which is why I'm already logged in. And I will get back some sort of response. And so every time you browse around or you click links, you are doing HTTP GET requests. Not necessarily clicking buttons and such, those might be other requests, but anytime you're going to a different link, Amazon.com, Chewy, Googling, those are all GET requests. Now, when you do other things, you might have other types of requests. So, for instance, oftentimes when you're logging in somewhere, you are doing stuff like a post request. Reason being that when you do GET requests, that information isn't secure. So, for instance, you can see that the URL has some information on it for Google.com, and Google's servers use that information in the URL. If you logged into a website, you wouldn't want your username and password sent in the URL. That's exposable information. So that's why when you log in, you're often doing a post request. So we'll be using essentially mostly GETs and post requests when we do our PHP stuff. So post we'll get to a little later. For now, we're really going to focus on GET requests because they're simpler to understand. So essentially, a GET request, like I said, transmits information over the URL. So just going to a standard website, that's information you're getting for this one, omdbapi.com. But you can also have other information in your URLs. So for instance, if I make a certain request to OMDB's API with information in it, I can get information. I can get different types of information. So if I put in like a Titanic. So if I make a request to OMDB's API and I pass $T equals Titanic, I will get a certain response. Specifically, no error, no API key provided. But same with Google though. If I type in Q equals world, it's going to do a Google request with that word in it. So a query string, which is what we've got, is essentially a way that you can give more information in your GET requests. And so we're going to be using those a lot in our PHP. And so that's all I got for now. Hope that was enjoyable.